When people talk about the cost of an IVF cycle, they usually talk about the financial cost, which is fairly easy to calculate. This is how much money you're going to spend on the consultation, the lab tests, the treatment, the laboratory expenses. Straightforward enough. Of course, the cost will depend on which clinic you go to and how many cycles you do. But I think there are two important costs which people don't factor in. One is the emotional cost. IVF can be stressful. Not having a baby can be stressful, and so can IVF, because you never know whether the treatment's going to work or not. This can exact a heavy emotional toll, which starts affecting your self esteem, your marriage. You often become a social recluse. So that's something you need to factor in. It's intangible, but that's where the difference between going to a good IVF clinic with a high success rate can make such a difference. Even though the financial cost may be more, the overall emotional cost will actually be less. I think the second thing is the opportunity cost, which means if you choose a cheaper clinic just because it costs less or is closer to you, often these clinics will cut corners, as a result of which you lose the opportunity of having a baby. And that's such an expensive price to pay. And it's very hard for patients to differentiate between good clinics and bad clinics. And that's why you must do your homework for yourself, what I call information therapy. The good news is you only need to ask one simple question. Do you provide photos of your embryos to all your patients? And I think all good clinics do this routinely. And if a clinic doesn't do this, even if it offers you a very low cost, you'll actually end up spending a lot more without even realizing it. So don't let IVF clinics take you for a ride, please.